what's up there, eh? Welcome back to YPA Live. It's Sunday. I don't know why I'm making funny noises. I'm trying to be like a radio station. Right? I don't know what that was about. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm still doing it. I don't know why. I have Chris from Addy Family Adventures. You know, I always want to say Addy Family Values because of Adam's Family Values. Which makes me want to do that. I don't know why.
Right.
But it's great to have you here, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one too because just like Gonzo, who we had last time,
Right.
last Sunday, I don't ask you guys any questions. It's kind of like we're just friends and we're guys. We're guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and
YouTube
guys,
and video games.
Yeah. The most questions that guys ask each other are, "Hey, what are you doing today?"
Yeah. Like sports.
Yeah. Did you see who won the game last night? That's basically it. Like, go like, "Hey, where are you from? And how long have you been living here?" And kind of what color do you like? We don't
right.
You know? But that's why we have shows like this because we want to dig in deep dive into who you are,
right?
The person. All right. We got Rachel in here. We got people will come in. All right, but we got Rachel in here. We got a couple other people, but I can't really see exactly. But yes, you want to just start? Do you want to start, or do you want to like talk?
Yeah, we can start. Whatever you want to do. This is your show. You tell me.
I know.
I'm just here to follow.
I always let my guests do whatever they want. You know?
I just want to let you know if it looks like I'm looking over here, it's because my screen's here and the camera's here. So
no, it's fine. I know how it works. We do things together quite a bit. We also have the Relationships Life with Stephen Bastian, and it's great. Also a great YouTube channel if you want to check that out. If you're having relationship problems, check his channel out too. But we're gonna get right into it. Okay. First question, like I said, we never count the questions because we call it 20 questions, but we never get the 20 questions. You know? But so the first question that of the night will be, where are you from?
All right. Exactly. I'm from Indiana, a small town, but to really start off, I was born in Indianapolis and I was born as an orphan. I was given up for adoption. A week later, I was adopted by my parents. I actually was born underneath a different name, which I know now. And then I was adopted by my parents, and I grew up in a small town called Union City. And Union City sits right on the state line of Ohio and Indiana. So, it was really weird growing up because I've
heard of Union City.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Union City is basically where all 5 railroads actually united.
That's what I know it for. Okay.
But it was kind of weird growing up in Union City because of the state line. It's a small town. We have maybe 15 to 2,000 people, but we have 2 mayors, we have 2 police stations, 2 fire stations, we have 2 schools. You know, because of the taxes and the way the government is in both states, we have to have that split up. So so it's a little bit different, but I grew up here. I have probably the best parents you could ever ask for. I have 2 brothers that my mom and dad had naturally, and then I have a sister who's adopted as well. And I always say, you know, she came from South Korea and I came from the exotic land of Indianapolis. So
exotic land in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so my sister's South Korean. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's awesome though, man.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Hey Roxanne, how you doing?
Good to see Roxanne.
You. What started you in YouTube though? Like what was the drive for you to start a YouTube channel?
Believe it or not, I had 2 channels before this one.
Okay.
And the first one was, I'm trying to think which one started first. I think it might have been one that had called This Patriot's Opinion. You're not going to find any videos. I completely deleted it. And when it comes to politics, I kind of lean a little bit towards the right. And it was just me on there talking about different things that were going on. I think during the time that I was doing that, you had the riots in Baltimore going on and all kinds of different stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I think I talked about same-sex marriage where I just said, you know what, I just don't care. It doesn't affect me. I don't care.
That's
what it was. I mean, you live your life. I'll live my life.
Exactly.
That's just the way I see it. Yeah. But of course, there was talk of us moving down into Florida and getting jobs there at Disney World. And I'm like, if they come across this probably isn't going to look good. So I deleted all those videos and everything. I didn't have very many. And then I had a gaming video. Actually, it was on YouTube and Twitch.
So, it's a gaming channel.
Yeah.
I know that well.
Yeah. So I went underneath the name of Battle Hardened Grunt, which is still my user's name on PlayStation 4.
We play Call of Duty quite a bit together. Yeah. Yes, that's true.
And I usually go by Grunt for short if people don't call me by my first name.
Okay.
But to explain the name, it's really easy. Okay. So Battle Hardened is somebody who's been to war, somebody who's actually fought. All right. And then Grunt is another term for infantry. So for 16 years, I was infantry. After 16 years, I actually gained another MOS as a combat engineer.
That I know about you. I mean, not exactly that much detail, but I knew you were in the military at one point.
Right. So I wasn't full-time. I was part-time. I was in the Indiana National Guard for 20 years. I retired from it, and it won't be until I'm 58 and a half I start seeing anything from it. So,
like I always say, every time we play Call of Duty, I always say, thank you for your service.
Yes.
I always tell you that.
Actually, my daughter gave me a better way to answer that, too.
But
was when somebody thanks you for your service, because to the veteran, it's always hard. How do I respond to that? Do I say thank you? Do I say you're welcome? Stuff like that. Yeah. And my daughter told me a story, and she said that one of her roommates said that to a veteran, and the way he responded almost made her cry. But I'm like, that is an awesome way to respond. And the response was, you were worth it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That is pretty deep. I like that.
Yeah.
That's definitely, wow.
Right.
That's somebody showing you respect, and you just flapping that respect right back for some reason. Even though, seriously, as a normal citizen like myself, I've never been to war. I've never been to army or anything. I don't even know. You know how I hide behind the box in Call of Duty and I'm like screaming at you guys, there's people shooting at me. That's me in war. Like literally, that's what I would be doing. I don't care. That's why I never go.
I think when we play video games, you start to see a little more aggressive side of me. Yes, I
do. Yeah. I see the war, the war man, and
you see a little bit.
Yeah. The battle hardened. Jaden, what's up? Hi, buddy.
Hey, Jaden.
Thanks for joining us. We're talking with Chris. This is Battle Hardened Grunt. We're he knows you from Twitch too.
Yeah, I think he's a subscriber. He pops in all the time. So
he helps out a lot. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So we're just diving deep into what he is as a person instead of just a creator or someone. So
wait, one more thing real quick. So I brought up that I was adopted. So in 2018, I actually found my adopted family.
Did you?
Yes. Unfortunately, my mother passed away December 1st of the year before. So I never got to meet her, but I found out I have 2 half brothers. And then I even found out my biological aunt only lived 2 blocks away from me.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah. I mean, I was born in Indianapolis, which is the middle of the state. You would figure that they could be anywhere. And then to find out, let alone the whole family was in the same county I live in.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. By the way, as you well know, the way YPA Live works is I have a series of questions that I ask the guest that's on. But if you have any questions in the chat, always ask. We do have a couple of questions in the chat, but I'm going to get to one of them right now and leave the list for a minute. Rachel Loves Disney wants to know, what Disney song do you get stuck in your head? Probably the majority of the time.
Oh, that's hard because I get a lot of them stuck in my head, and they'll come out of nowhere. It won't even be something like I heard. It's something. Can it be an attraction song?
Yeah, she said what Disney song, so I'm
okay. So
that opens the portal up completely.
Here a while I've gotten now I can't even think of the song. I get it stuck in my head. I can't even think of it. It's the Carousel Progress song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a great big beautiful
it's
tomorrow.
A great big beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah, I get that stuck in my head because I know all the words, almost all the words to it. So,
do you remember the original?
Oh yeah. Now is the time.
Now is the time. Now is the best time. I love that song.
Do you know why they changed those?
Why?
All right. Disney actually wanted it's a great big beautiful tomorrow, but I think what was it? Was it General Electric was sponsoring it, and they're like, no, we want people to buy stuff today. So they changed.
Now is the time. Now is the best time to buy something.
Yes, that's what it was.
Gotcha. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I never knew that. I just thought they changed it just to be like more, up to date, I guess.
Right.
Different. But that's pretty interesting. It makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let me think here. What other channels do you watch on YouTube?
Okay. Other than like watching you guys because I like to support you guys, I watch a lot of gaming channels, and I have a group of guys I like to watch.
Okay.
So I watch. They're called they're called the Vanoss crew.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like Vanoss, and what's funny is Vanoss's birthday is the same day as mine. So, and this guy, he's just big. I think he's like he's somewhere between the 5th and 2nd largest gaming YouTuber out there. But if you're going to look for him for tips, you're not going to get that. It's all comedy, and that's what it is. But he plays with a bunch of guys like I Am Wildcat, Basically I Do Work, Moose Knuckle. I mean, and when you put these guys together, I've laughed so hard that I cried. And my wife doesn't get it. I'm like, because you don't play the video game. I got it. No problem. But here lately, I've been watching reaction videos. I've been watching a lot of reaction videos. So
reaction. Oh yeah. The reaction videos.
Yeah. I kind of like to watch these people who, the only thing they ever listen to is rap and hip hop all their life. And then all of a sudden they discover like hard rock. And,
nice.
Yeah, it's like and you just get to sit there and just watch their mind open to something new, and it's just it's awesome.
I watch reaction videos to like TikTok and stuff like that where they're like, what the heck is that? Or like reaction videos to other YouTube videos, like short videos. I just think they're funny,
Right.
But that's good stuff. Oh, by the way, I put it up a few seconds ago. Stephen Bastian said "If You Had Wings," which is a classic.
Oh yeah. We've talked about that several times. You and I have. Yeah.
But today, the song that's been sticking in my head is "Zippity Doo-Dah" because we were talking about Splash Mountain all morning long earlier on Adventures of Gonzo. So, you just
hey
came
Gonzo.
What's up, Gonzo?
Yeah, I've seen that. Did he mention my channel?
Yeah, Disney World Freak. Yeah. I didn't even know he said that. Did he mention my channel? We're on the same pathway here. But yeah. So you watch gaming channels and stuff like that?
Yeah. I that's what I love to do. There are a few of them that do that they do. You can learn from them. Like I watch. I think I Am Marksman. I watch him.
I Am Marksman.
Yeah, okay. And some of the guys from Vanoss, they're getting to the point where some of them do stuff where they show you how to do it, or you can pick it up watching them. But they're starting to break apart a little bit. They're not playing as much together. And I think what it is they just waiting for a game that will draw them all back together. But
yeah. I used to watch Ninja. I don't watch Ninja anymore.
Ninja kind of
I like Ninja, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. He got his 15 minutes of fame and then he's kind of gone.
I mean, he's still some fun.
Oh yeah.
But I mostly watch Laserbeam now, stuff like that, because he's just funny as heck. And
I mean, on Twitch, I'll watch I Am Marksman's over there on Twitch. Tim the Tap Man, I'll watch him.
Tap Man,
Dr. Lupo,
Summit G1. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good guys, man. They're creators just like us. They put in a lot of hours and a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Right.
Put their channels together, so you gotta give them credit. Speaking of channels, though, what is your? Well, actually, not really channels. Disney. let's get back to Disney.
All right, let's go.
On this one, what is your earliest memory of Disney?
I couldn't tell you the year. I know it was in the 70s, and it wasn't too long after Elvis had passed away. I can still remember the day my mom told me that Elvis passed away, and I wasn't very old. Wow. And we actually drove down to Florida, and we stopped in Memphis and went to Graceland. You weren't allowed to get in; they had the gates shut. And then we drove on, and we went to Walt Disney World, which only consisted of the Magic Kingdom at the time. And so we didn't spend like what we do now, it's like it may have been a day or two, and then we headed over. I think
this is pre-Epcot. This is actually pre-Epcot. Wow,
pre-Epcot, yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we headed on over to over near, I think it was near Tampa, and we stayed at a place that was like had a tiki theme to it. Okay, and we seen an Elvis impersonator. So
that's like the earliest you had.
Yeah. Well, in Georgia, I think also on the way down, we stopped at Rock City there. Is that in Tennessee or Georgia? One of them. But yeah. So yeah, that's my earliest memories. So
Disney World for He says, shoot, I was born that year. I'm glad we got the older generation in the house here. I mean, because that's it. I'm older too. Everybody looks. I know the young complexion and the sexy features. They throw a lot of people off, but I'm Generation X, so I'm right there. You guys are Z, right?
Gen Z? Younger ones. I don't know if they.
Are you Gen X or Gen?
I'm Gen X.
You're Gen X. Okay.
Yeah, I mean Gen Z comes after millennials, so yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah. It goes baby boomers.
You're right. Gen Y.
X.
I'm thinking Gen Y. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There goes Gonzo with the Go Cubs.
There he goes to go up, and he says adios, amigos. I think he's got things to do.
Probably.
Yeah, that's right. Stephen Bastian was there for opening days.
Oh wow! I was born the same year it opened, so.
Yeah, I wasn't quite there yet.
Right.
I was born in '79, so I was 9 years later. I think there was already an Epcot, or Epcot was being built when I was born.
Right, probably. I
think about it there. When was Epcot open? When did it open? It opened
I think it was in '80s.
Yeah, it's in the '80s, right?
Yeah.
Well, any other questions? Yeah, actually, we had another question up here by the lovely Miss Rachel.
Okay.
She supplied us with another one. Let's see here. What is one? Here, I'll put it up on the screen. Actually, what is one ride you must do when you go to Walt Disney World? Good question.
Jungle Cruise.
That's your must ride.
It's my favorite ride from all down there. I love it because I love bad jokes. I love jokes that are punny. I love all jokes, and I love it. And if you can get somebody in there who's got the right timing, it's even better.
Oh, I know.
And I've had a few,
especially the veteran drivers. Yeah, right. The veteran drivers, they just know what they're doing because they do it every day, and they've been doing it for years. And they just
actually, I did a video on one of them, and she's actually a friend of my daughter's, and her name's Jordan, and she hadn't been there for very long, and we got on there, and man, she just nailed it. And I called her the GOAT of Jungle Cruise skippers. And she just I thought she was hilarious. And then what's funny is she gets mistaken for her name's Zendaya. Yeah, their kids come running up to her going, Zendaya, and she's like, why would Zendaya be wearing this? She's in a cast.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right. But yeah, Jungle Cruise.
Yep, my must go is Pirates of the Caribbean. I have to ride Pirates before I leave.
Right. Oh yeah, Pirates is awesome.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the first ride to get on, but I have to be on it before I leave Magic Kingdom. Otherwise, it's just not the right. I don't feel right.
Oh yeah. I don't think. I think the only thing in Adventureland I could skip is probably the magic carpets of Aladdin. But other than that, yeah, everything in Adventureland is awesome.
Absolutely. If you had all the money in the world, next question here. If you had all the money in the world, okay, like you woke up one day, you had the freedom to do whatever the heck you wanted, okay,
right.
And being a vlogger as you are,
okay,
where would you go? Where would you like to vlog if you could? Like where?
The moon.
Haven't got that one yet. Haven't got that one yet.
I want to be the first one, if it's possible, to vlog from the moon.
That would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Is that really? Is that your answer? Really?
I mean, if I got all the money in the world, I mean, heck yeah, the moon.
All right, that'd be cool.
Hey, I'm Chris from AFA here at the Sea of Tranquility, right here on the moon.
Yeah. It's me, Chris. Adam's Family Adventures.
Took me a while to get up here. They've already got a Disney World up here. Or Disneyland.
They probably do on the dark side of the moon. I wouldn't doubt it.
I got here just after they etched in the Nike swoop.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, Disney World Freak said Splash Mountain is mine, as you can see from my rant video.
Right.
Yeah, that Splash Mountain was a lot of people's favorite ride, and but it's everybody has cross feelings about that, especially me too. I hate to see it go. But I like seeing new stuff too at the same time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's like the Great Movie Ride all over again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hate to see it go, but love to see the new Mickey ride.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, didn't Neil Armstrong technically vlog from the moon? Yeah, he was the first vlogger.
Neil Armstrong had some help.
That's true. Hey, Melly. Hey, Mel. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Hey, Mel.
Thanks for coming in and hanging out. We're asking Chris. Chris. We're asking Chris some questions that are not the average vlogging questions. Some of them are, not all of them.
Yeah.
Especially this one. What Disney character would you want to play you in a biography? If someone was going to make a biography about you, and you had the choice of what Disney character, not any star, Disney character was to play you, which one do you think would grasp the idea of Chris?
Wow. That's kind of hard. That's a hard question now. How do you come up with that? What Disney character would I want?
I've been asked it. That's why I came up with it.
I don't know. Has anybody said Stitch?
No.
I
think Gonzo said Goofy.
Goofy. Yeah.
We play him. Which makes a lot of sense.
I'd want Stitch.
Stitch, you'd want Stitch to play you, huh?
Yeah, I want Stitch. Yeah. I like Stitch.
Everybody knows that it's
or Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket's a good one.
Yeah, let's go with Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket, I think, would portray you a lot better.
Yeah.
With more respect, With me, it's Tangle's boyfriend.
Oh, Flynn Rider.
Flint Rider, yeah.
Or Eugene.
Flint would pull me off. You know what I mean? I think he could pull me off, especially with the smolder.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Like I told you guys, same questions, different guests. I asked the same questions to Gonzo. Gonzo gave us different answers. We're asking Chris different answers. So we're rolling right along, man. I hope you're having fun, Chris.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Great. And
I have fun every time we're streaming.
That's true. And as always, if you have any questions for Chris, I'll try to get those questions in as well. Besides the list I have here.
Right.
Would you like to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. He's going on for 2,000, ladies and gentlemen. Would you work for Disney? Theme park or company? It doesn't matter. But would you work for Disney?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Theme park or company?
Theme park.
You'd work the theme park?
Yeah, I mean, I was on a path to work, wanting to having the stuff to work for the company. Mm-hmm. And I probably could because I could continue my own education. It wasn't something I needed a degree for. But I did go to school for computer animation. And computer animation isn't something that you need a degree for. You just need to have a really good
true.
Yeah, reel.
Yeah. You got to be able to present them with product. Basically.
Right. Unfortunately, I didn't finish school. So I'd have to use YouTube and different things to get the rest of the education I need to go on to do that. So
yeah,
but I like Disney animation, but if I had to pick for Disney, I'd want to work at Pixar. So
at Pixar,
yeah,
nice.
It just looks like a better environment, and to work in and everything like
it's
that.
still Disney. So even if you said into, Industrial Light and Magic,
Right.
I mean, you could even work for them because they're Disney now too.
Well, see, I got to my senior year. We were actually looking for places to live out there in California at one time, but things happened and I didn't get to finish. So I'm still here. So, but yeah, Disney.
It's the second best thing, you know what I mean?
Disney Power. Oh, there was one part I missed on a question. We started this channel in 2017, and we did 4 videos. And one video that we've got lots of views on was we went down. I know you've heard of the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a Canadian movie, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no?
No, people from Indiana are called Hoosiers.
I'm sorry, that's Hosers. Never mind.
Hosers, yes. But we actually went to the museum of the team that the movie is loosely based on. And that was one of them. And then we ended up into overtime, and we had a hard time going out and filming, so we kind of gave it up. And it wasn't about 2 years later is when I picked it back up. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's incredible, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I always wanted to do anime. I touched up on animation. I use Blender.
Oh yeah.
Blender. Yeah. And I taught myself through YouTube channels and stuff like that, and did all that. And I got pretty good at it. I did a lot of animations and stuff. Oh, we'll wait. If it's important, we'll wait.
I'll just tell you.
I'm just kidding. We're not gonna wait.
Hey, I'm live streaming. Can I call you back?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Bye. Love you.
Yeah.
All right. That was the cast member. So.
Okay. Well. That was the cast member.
Yes, that was the cast.
Heaven was calling.
Yes.
Yes. That's his daughter's name, by the way. It's Heaven.
Yeah.
If you don't know that by now. Yeah. But I love making. I'd like to go to heaven sometime, and meet her. And meet her and say hello. Stephen Bastion has a question, actually. Let me switch to the other screen here so I can pull him up on the screen here. If you could play the Hibbity Digits with any Disney princess, which one? I think I need to proofread these before I put them up. You can answer that if you want. If you don't, then it's okay. But
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Which way? How about this? I'll downplay it a little bit for YouTube status. If you could date a Disney princess, which Disney princess would fit the bill for you?
Which one? Wow. I'm trying to think. It's got to be a Disney princess.
That's what he's calling for. Yeah, it's a Disney princess. So.
Why isn't Jessica Rabbit a Disney princess?
I know. Wow. That's a Disney character. Does that count?
I think it would probably be Belle, to tell you the truth.
Belle's a good choice. Yeah. Of course, me being Flint Rider, I'd have to go with, Tangled. I'd have to, Rapunzel. Yeah. She's a sweetheart. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think I could take her out to a nice restaurant, or I could even take her out to McDonald's, and she'd still be impressed because she doesn't know the difference from any. It's give her a frying pan for Christmas.
Yeah.
She's low maintenance. She's completely low maintenance.
Speaking of that, Heaven got a little small frying pan when she moved down there, and she actually took it in and had Rapunzel sign it for her.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. So
nice. Bonus. Darn it. I didn't do that. I wish I did. Has Disney ever comped you? And what was it like if they did? Like, comping is where they give you a complimentary thing. Yeah.
That we've never been that, if we have, my wife would know more about it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about like done anything for us, like during the year of, what was it, A Million Dreams?
Mm-hmm.
We actually had 3 different times that something happened to us, or actually 2. One was actually a Disney thing. I think I talked about it before with Heaven when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But one was we were walking out of the Magic Kingdom, and we had a cast member come up to us and ask us if there was a character we'd want to meet, who would it be? And she said, and we named off a bunch, and she said, well, what would you do if I could tell you I could take you in and you could have a private meet and greet with Cinderella? And we went in, no crowd, nothing. Spent as long as we wanted with Cinderella. It was really neat.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Now
that is actually really, really good because that's a hard character to meet with.
Right. Oh yeah.
I mean, you know.
Oh
really.
Yeah.
The only time I think I've ever met Cinderella was on a after hours.
Oh wow.
Thing. And she had her own little, you know,
right
section in that little princess area out there in the front. Yeah. And in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only way I was able to meet her was because, like you said, I mean, there's like nobody there. It was after hours.
Right.
So that's amazing. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Was that did you get good pictures? I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. It's been a while. The girls were still young. But and then the other one was my kids have got a way of when there's no line, they want to go over and over again. And so we were on our last day and we were going to park hop, and we were park hopping to get the things we didn't get done in the other. So we were at Hollywood Studios, and I think this was like our third time going on Tower of Terror. And they get you in that area where they play, you know, the what is it? Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
And they showed it, and then they turned it on, and there was a couple people standing there with the cast member who looked official, and they said, "We just wanted to tell you that you guys have won in the you know, Dream of Million Dreams," and they gave us fast passes, a little lanyard, everything had fast passes to every ride at Hollywood Studios.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we didn't get to use them.
Nice.
So we were on our way out of Hollywood Studio after that, but we did keep the lanyards. You know, it was like something that was really neat, and they still have the little fast passes that would clip off and everything like that. But still, it was a neat souvenir to get for free, even though we didn't get to use the fast passes.
Yeah, I think in 2000, I want to say it was 2008 or 2009. I remember them giving, like, they had a guy who would come out in the Magic Kingdom with a tuxedo on. Right. And he was like all dressed in black with a tuxedo and everything, all nice and neat. Like he was like severely professional type thing. And he'd come up and he'd tap somebody on the shoulder. And that family that he tapped on the shoulder, he'd say, "You're staying in the castle tonight." And they'd have them stay in that room in the castle.
Right.
And, yeah. And they did like one, like every, I think it was like once a month they did it for a little while.
Yes.
You remember that?
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
I remember like combing the Magic Kingdom, like, come on, just tap me on the shoulder, you know, like I was hoping he would, and trying to find him so I could run over to him and stand in the right position. So
other than that,
never saw him there.
Right, I was also Veteran of the Day too at one time, so I got to be there for the flag coming down there.
Oh right, yeah, you said that before, yeah, you were Veteran for a day. That's awesome.
Yeah, which you know, so it seems like we have good luck down there. We don't.
Yeah, I need to hang out with you
anywhere else but down there.
Yeah, we need to hang out with you when you come up, all right? Because I want to see what happens. Disney World Freak has another question. He said, "I'm a foodie, so if you could only eat at one restaurant all trip long, like you only got one restaurant to eat at, what would it be, and what would be the meal that you would eat?"
All right, so I do like table services, but I like quick services just a little bit better because you can eat quick and get out. So I'll give you two. All right. Okay. If it's for a quick service, I'm stopping at Casey's to get a hot dog. So
okay.
But if it's table service,
good man. First of all, good man. All right, because I love Casey's is one of my snack shops. It really is. I love it.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be open when it opens up.
I know, not for a little while either, too.
But the table service, Le Cellier's all day long. Le Cellier's Steakhouse there in Canada.
That's a good one.
So
that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I will give you credit on that. That's a good one. With me, it would probably be oh man. See, you can't do a tie because it's only one.
Right.
So I gotta say California Grill. I'd be eating a California Grill every day.
Yeah, I've never been there. She likes to go and try different places, and I think that was one of the places she wanted to try.
It is so fantastic, man.
Also for Steven down there, my lightsaber's blue. I can't turn it on for you because the batteries are dead, but my lightsaber's blue.
He's got one. Is that authentic from Disney World?
Yeah.
You bought that in Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Oh, did you build that or did you?
Yeah, I built it.
Oh, that's a buildable. Okay,
yeah. Cool. Yeah. $212.
Yep. It's an expensive buildable.
I tell you what, the experience was
worth
awesome.
every penny.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody says that. I want to get a Legacy. I'm looking to.
I would love to have a Legacy too. I actually have another one that's a Force Effects.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Darth Vader one, and the blades don't come out of those. But
cool.
But the one thing is I thought taking the crystal out is what kept the batteries from going dead. No, taking the batteries out is what keeps the batteries from going dead.
True.
So if you get one, yeah.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Jaden says or is asking, what is your dream career? What's your dream career?
Dream career. Wow, it's changed so many times. Truthfully, I really don't check on views or anything like that, but I'd love to get big on here and this become a career. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm still going to do this because I have fun doing this. It becomes even funner the more I get to interact with like Al and Gonzo and most of you guys in the chat. So I think, finding this community was awesome. So I was kind of out there alone, didn't even know there was a community. And then somebody pulled me in and said, hey, you need to check this out. You need to check that out and everything like that. And I kind of started live streaming and people are not live streaming, but going into the chats. And I, every once in a while, I have a way of throwing a funny comment out there. And I think that's usually what gets me noticed by the people who are live streaming.
Right.
But so I would say it would probably be doing this. But like I said, whether I get paid for it or not, I'm going to continue to do it.
I want to get to my questions more, but everybody's coming up with such great questions in the chat, man, and I want to hit them all. So, Life with Roxana. It's if Disney asked you to create a ride, what would it be, and where would you place it at? We have a lot of Disney people in the chat right now, so they're really going off on the Disney stuff.
I've said over and over, Tangled needs something more than a bathroom. But the thing is Roxanne, I could sit here and probably come up with all different kinds of stuff. So I'm going to go with that because it's the first thing that hit me. I would probably have to do a Tangled ride there in Fantasyland. So and then you have to throw favorite.
How would you do it though? Like, how would you?
Oh my gosh. It'd have to be a dark ride. Right. But
I could see like the animatronics of having like her hair with the light going through her hair all the way around.
Either that or do it with some of the new technology they've been using here, like in Rise of the Resistance or the Mickey and Minnie Runaway, which I still haven't seen yet. So
I know I haven't been to either one of them.
Right.
The COVID took that away from me.
Right.
A little bit too soon. Yeah.
But
it'll be back. We'll be able to do it.
But of course, my favorite character from Tangled would have to be in it, and that's Maximus, the horse.
Oh, the horse! Yes,
gotta have the horse. I love that when you go by the bathrooms, they have the horse or horseshoe prints that say Maximus right there in the concrete. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I've heard that Maximus is actually a character that has been done over quite a few times.
Oh, really?
He just has changed his persona and his name and everything. But if you think about it, it's true. Like, you had a white horse that had a way about him in Mr. Toad's,
right.
The Adventures of Mr. Toad. Not the ride, but the actual cartoon. And then that same character was brought over to Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Okay.
And then supposedly a lot of people say it's one of those Disney rumors that he went over a major makeover and became Maximus and this badass horse that was able to just hunt down. He became law enforcement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He lost all the goofiness and he just became like straight up, ready to take on. But you could see a little bit of goofiness still in him. Just slightly,
Yeah.
Just a little bit. All right, we're gonna get back to my questions real quick. Time's moving, man. Wow. But that just means we're having fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look to see questions that we don't know about you. Okay. Right. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. If you can meet Walt, what would you say to him? What would the conversation be? What would the first thing you would say?
Wow. I think we would talk about, like, I mean, I know he was always into things that's advancement. I'd like to pick his brain, what he thinks coming next, because he seemed to have his finger right there on the pulse of what was going to be new in technology. And that's probably what I'd talk to him about. I think that's what it would be it, because he seemed to know what was going to be next and everything like that.
With Hollywood, you would ask him about.
No,
Hollywood?
I mean, no, with Hollywood, I mean, it was on Everyday Living.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything that had anything with advancement of whether it's Hollywood, with Everyday Living, with communities, I mean, I wish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I wish that
you would just literally pick his brain with.
Oh, yeah, I would.
You know, whatever ideas he had coming up next.
Because, oh, yeah, I would love to. That's what I would do. So
that would be amazing. Yeah, I'd probably ask him business questions.
Business questions.
I mean, you know, they say that he wasn't the business side; it was his brother Roy that was. But you know, I mean, the man was a genius, though, and he knew what he was doing. You know? Right. And so he, like you said, he knew what was hot. He knew what was not. He knew what was coming out. He knew what could sell. And I would definitely ask him stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. First of all, real quick, I just want to say, what's up to Disney Dan? He just jumped in here.
Oh, did he? Hey, Disney Dan.
Yep. Good to see you, Dan. Future goals. What are your future goals?
Okay, well, the new one is to get a job. Because I'm currently unemployed right now.
Well, that's the times right now, you know.
Well, I mean, I actually am unemployed because I self-termed. So.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. So, so that was on my decision. I felt like the company I was working for was going in one direction, and I wanted to go another direction. So I just decided it was best to leave and go find something.
Sometimes you gotta hit the reset button. You know, sometimes you just got to hit the reset button, man.
My wife still works there.
I'm hitting the reset button right now.
Yeah.
Moving to a brand new house. Yeah, and everything. Yeah. But what would be your life goal? Like, you know, what would be
life goals? I know I want to
Where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
I know within 15 years, I want to see us living in Florida.
Long time ago.
I know that. I'd like to be living in Florida. I'm financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
love to have you here.
Yeah. The bad thing is, if I move to Florida, Wrigley Field's way up here now. So
yeah, it'd be kind of hard.
Yeah. But you know.
But you don't have to go to Wrigley Field every day, though.
No.
You got to go to Disney World every day.
Yeah. Every other day.
Yeah, at least. Tell me about it. Geeking Out with Melly Mel has a rather large question here. She said, I have a question for Chris. Chris, you've stayed at different Disney resorts, including Shades of Green, which is awesome. Many of us can't stay there unless you're military, I believe, right? Right. If you had a free 1 month stay, you could stay 1 month at a resort.
Right.
Which resort would you pick and why? That's an awesome question. Now,
well, so I've stayed at all of the value resorts. So that's the funny thing is when we go, we look at the resort as just a place we stay. We're at the park all day long. We're there from the time they open till the time they close.
And even
yes, and even if we go to a park that closed late, guess what? We're in Disney Springs. So,
yeah, nice.
But if I had to, it'd be the Polynesian. And there's something weird about the Polynesian that's a connection with me. Is
all right, you know me. That's my spot. All right.
Well, my grandfather, he passed away when he was 62, and it was back in 96.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walk through the Polynesian, there's a smell that reminds me of my grandfather. So That's why I'd want to be there, because when I walk through the Polynesian, it makes me feel like I'm close to my grandfather just from the smell.
I know that smell. Yeah. Yes. No. I say that jokingly, but actually, Disney does have a lot of like subconscious, I guess you would say, like subconscious aspects to it. Because it makes me think about my dad and my mom when my mom and dad used to take us, and with my brothers and everything. And especially the place that does it for me a lot is Fort Wilderness, because we used to go to Fort Wilderness quite a bit. Right. And Fort Wilderness, if you notice, it's one of the few places in Disney that has never changed. Right. It's still the same Fort Wilderness for now. It is changing slight bit. I take that back, because now they're adding Reflections Resort in there now, and they're also building the beachfront out by the old corral and all that, but they're keeping all the landmark places, the places to eat and stuff like that, and the trading posts and stuff. So, but that's what I mean. Like when I go into one of the, like especially the trading post out by all the restaurants out all the way in the back, Right. When I go in there, it's it's like complete nostalgia. It just reminds me of like being carried in like this, holding my mom's hand and walking in, and because it's the same store that was there in 1984. You know what I mean? It's just still there. So very awesome. Yeah, I can really relate with that. That's awesome, dude. One more question. I think we have time for one more question, and then we're gonna we might touch if anybody else has more questions, we'll get on those too. But one more question from me, and this is the most important one. Are you ready for it? Yeah. Most important one. Did you really think this was actually going to be 20 questions?
No.
No.
I bet you don't even have 20 questions to write down.
I don't. I really don't. But everybody knows the 20 question thing, so that's what we go with. And I always ask everyone, the last question I ask every guest is, did you really think it was going to be 20 questions? You didn't think so. I couldn't fool you. Gonzo thought it was. He was like, he thought I wrote out, because I told him when I talked to him, like backstage before we started, I was like, Gonzo, I have all the questions written down. That's all I did, like that. And he's like, oh shoot, he's got a whole notebook of questions,
Like I've never seen Al this ready to go.
I know. He's not punctual. He's not.
Half the time we do a top 10 and Al's coming up with them off of his head.
That's right. Yeah. I don't. Sometimes I'm kind of like, we
haven't done that in a while.
Are we starting? Are we starting?
That we haven't done a top 10 in a while. We need to do a top 10 again over on.
We need to jump on a top 10 again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a top 10 for Gonzo's next YouTubers United or
I think, well,
or Disney Friends.
I think Disney Friends. I think we need a top 10 underrated Disney movies.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes.
That sounds good, man.
I've even mentioned that to him. I don't know what happened to it. It was just like, he was like, that's a great idea. And then I never heard anything again.
It just said I have like 10 more questions.
She has to rate the last 10 more questions.
We've got 10 more minutes. So if we can fit it in 10 more minutes, then
that's
no 9. No, did you, Rachel says, we'll go with Rachel's question right now. Did you ever think your daughter Heaven would be a Disney World cast member? That's a great question.
Let's see. Out of my 2 daughters, Heaven probably related to Disney more than what Haley did. And one of our biggest magic moments was because of Heaven. Heaven was the reason why I got to meet Chewbacca for the first time, because he wouldn't take a picture with me unless I had a kid in my arms. So that's and we still have that old picture in it. It is that's why
I go with Gonzo. It's like, Gonzo is like 6'3", and I'm like, 5'9". So it's like, Chewie's like, yeah, and he looks over at me and he's like, okay. And then, I'm like,
but Heaven, I mean, I could tell Heaven, she loved the place. And
Prince Charming Deb. Prince Charming Deb is also one of my illegitimate biological fathers. So.
Right. But it was. I'm not saying I could see it happening, but she started talking about it. I knew it was going to happen. We actually drove her to Chicago.
Yeah.
And took her for an audition to be a character up there, and she didn't make it. But we did get a chance to take the girls. They'd never been to Wrigleyville, so we took them up to Wrigleyville and walked around outside.
You took her to Chicago to be a character. What is it?
Yeah, they had auditions. They had auditions for characters in Chicago.
Disney? For Disney World? Oh wow, I didn't know they did that outside.
I think they do it in different places all over the United States. So
I can imagine, because they had people from all over. I mean, you look at the name tag.
I will tell you this: Haley, when she was younger, auditioned for Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel, and she actually made it. And we were supposed to bring her down to Disney, and unfortunately, we went through some bad times. We weren't able to get down here for her second audition. So they were actually looking at Haley at one time for the Disney Channel.
Oh wow! That would have been awesome. Your life would have changed then, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's a superstar maker.
Right.
The Disney Channel. Look at it. Look at everybody. Britney
Yeah.
Spears. I mean, Justin Timberlake. Yeah, you can name so many of different people who have started their careers in Disney, and like the Mickey Mouse Club and stuff like that. And
we actually, while we was there, we met. She met one of the guys that was on. Is it Zoe 101? Was there at the audition? She actually met him, and I think he's the one who kind of got her to come out of her shell for the audition. So, but, yeah, that was something we did.
That's really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people who started in Disney. Yeah, you would never know they started.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna ask 2 more questions, and then we got to get to what's coming up on your channel next, and your ambitions coming up. So I do want to ask this one though, right here. Hold on, I saw it earlier. Oh yes, this is a good question here. Do you ever want to visit Disneyland? If so, what would be the first thing you want to do when you get to Disneyland?
Yes.
In California.
Yes, I do want to visit Disneyland. Unfortunately, my wife isn't so big on the idea, but if that's the way it's going to be, I'll take my daughter or both of them if they want to go. I just want to be there where Walt was at. You know what I mean?
Bye, Melly Mel. Take care. Sorry.
Bye, Mel. I just want, you know what I mean? And if it's the first thing I want to do, if I could do that tour, I want to see Walt's apartment right there
Absolutely.
above the fire department. Yeah.
The light is still on too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Never turns off. Yeah. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And then Stephen Bastian, he says, what are your top 10 underrated Disney films? We don't have time for that. What is well, just popping into your head, what would be one of your underrated Disney films?
Meet the Robinsons.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated, but excellent movie.
Yeah, I think a lot of those movies that came out around that time got hit by critics really hard, and that's what caused a lot of it, because they're great movies. They are. I mean, even or another one's like The Emperor's New Groove.
The Emperor's New Groove, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think Big Hero 6 for
Big Hero 6, yes,
is very underrated, but an excellent movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people like it. I know there's a lot of people out there that would be like, "Wait a minute, no, I love that movie." Yeah, I know you do, but it doesn't have a ride. It doesn't have characters walking around the park. I mean, it's kind of like just been kind of brushed.
They got Baymax.
A little bit.
Well, you can go meet him over there in Epcot.
In Epcot, yeah. Well, yeah, they just recently started doing that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not too long ago, which is good. I'd like to see that because it would be good. Rachel says, by the way, I want to be on another stream with the robe. You want to be on another stream with the robe? Are you serious? That's the first time I ever heard anybody say that before.
The robe's fun.
Yeah, most people want to see the robe. They want to be around the robe. He tends to get a little edgy. But no, that's awesome. But Chris, what do you got coming up on your channel, buddy? What's going on?
So I'm getting ready to film. I was gonna try and film it before, but of course I didn't get it done. I want to do a reaction video. We're not gonna get down there to Florida probably until all this stuff is completely over. If we do come down, we're probably just gonna drive down to visit Heaven, and it'll probably be just like a weekend thing. Hopefully we can meet you and Gonzo maybe at Disney Springs and do something just so we can meet for the first time.
We're 24 minutes down the road, so it wouldn't be a problem.
So because of that, my wife and I have not been watching the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway YouTube videos.
Good.
But
no spoilers.
But since it's going to be so long, I'm going to do a reaction video to it. So I'm going to watch it for the first time and do a reaction video. So then, of course, I do a morning show called the Good Morning Show at 9:00 in the morning now since I've been unemployed. So I, talk about different things that has to do with Disney, entertainment news, different kinds of stuff, video game news. I've talked a lot of stuff about video game news. And then we have Disney fan art with Chris, where Darren and I go on there and we judge like different kind of art or crafts or anything that's sent in. And we usually have a topic. This topic, we've opened it up to different ages. So we're in the silver age right now for Disney. So if you want to do anything for that, you can always send that in. My email, you can always find it over on my channel.
I think that's really interesting what you do with that, with the whole collaboration of people watching, viewers, and everything, being able to send in stuff and submit their own properties. That's pretty cool. I like that.
We've moved.
I might steal that. No, I'm just kidding.
We've moved Hanging with the Family to Friday just for this week because we're having Gonzo on as a guest. So,
cool.
So we moved it because he's not able to do Tuesdays because he works. I've been trying to get Al, but Al's got a schedule that's a little difficult to work around. So we got to find something where we can get you on there, Al. Because I know the girls would love to meet you. I know when I said
few and far between here, but no, I'd love to be on there. Though.
Yeah, I know the girls or Margie, my wife, she was like, we get Gonzo on there. I got all kinds of questions for him. So I'm sure that if you come on, Heaven's going to talk about when she met your wife and your kids. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot they had a confrontation, as it were. Yes. A nice one.
Your son was asking her questions, and your wife was going, he knows these answers. I don't know why he's asking you that.
Because he's like me, all right? he's a creator, He's got a YouTube channel, too. Yeah. That's awesome, though. No, I'd love to do that. As far as Stephen Bastian, there's a 6-month waiting period to get on YPA Live right now. So I could probably fit you in for sometime around December, maybe. Yeah, we'll talk about it, though. Awesome. Chris, is there anything else, by the way, before
I've kind of let the cat out of the bag. I've never really told anybody what city I lived in, and I've kind of put it out on here. So it was something I was going to do.
Sorry.
So no, it was something I was planning on doing anyway. So I'm planning on doing a video because I usually put 2 videos out a week. I kind of stopped the video on Thursday because of everything that was going on because I couldn't really get out to stuff we used to do. But I think this video, I'm just going to go out and show my hometown. So, and you can kind of see what small town mid-America main streets look like. I mean, they come pretty close to what regular Main Street looks like. Just you don't have trolley cars and characters walking down them. So, but other than that,
true.
So, and I kind of like to go around and maybe do that with some of the other surrounding towns because some of the other surrounding towns have amazing main streets that go right through the city to see. But
that'd be pretty cool too. Yeah.
But
awesome, man.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out Chris and the rest of his family over at Addy Family Values, I always say that because of Adam's Family Values. No. Over at Addy Family.
That's something else. Yeah, Addy's not my last name.
That's right.
It's a variation of my last name. So.
Yeah, I was thinking you were telling me at one point in time.
We don't use
an anagram of some sort.
Yeah, it's the last name is something that we keep private. So, good idea. I mean, there's like few people that know it. I'm pretty sure you know it, Al, because I think we've either sent stuff to you.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Rachel knows it because Rachel's on Facebook with me, stuff like that. But the other thing,
plus I gotta send you a W-2, so I have
so another. I don't want to put. I know you only want to do an hour, and we're almost there, but just real quick, I did create a video not too long ago that here's the bad thing, none of you are going to see, and it was probably the hardest video I have ever created, and for 2 hours it took me to edit it, and I cried like a baby all the way through it. My grandmother passed away back in May. And I did a slideshow to do for my friends and family on Facebook. I'm sure Rachel may have seen it because she's on there. But yeah, and that's what's sad is you do something like that and nobody else is going to see it except for your friends and family.
Right.
But it also had royalty. It wasn't copyright. It was copyright music. So, but
so you had to put it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I put it on Facebook. Yeah,
not on YouTube. Yeah, I can understand that. So, awesome, dude. I really appreciate having you, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us, giving us a little bit more insight into your life, man, and being, allowing us to do that and everything. If anybody else wants to, like I said, of course, we will be. I'll put you on the list as far as anything. Next week we may have it's a very hard week next weekend because Disney is starting to open up, not exactly for the public, but for a lot of other creators and a lot of people who are part of Disney and stuff like that. And one being that would be Big Fat Panda, and we may be having him come in next. But if not, I'm gonna skip him to go to. I think Josh goes to Disney.
Oh yeah.
We may be pulling him in, but he's next in line for that. So just remember to subscribe, like the channel, like this live stream, so people can see more about Addy. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more stuff, man, and remember to subscribe to Chris. The link
Addy
is
Family
in. Yes, well, it's your channel.
Yeah.
The link is in the comment boxes over here. So make sure that you click on there, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss all this awesome stuff with the artistry and everything.
Yeah.
And I'll see you on the next one. What is the next one for us? Disney Friends, right? We'll be on together.
I'm on Taco Tuesday. I forgot about that.
Right. You're gonna be on Taco Tuesday.
Color Brain again. I don't know. Are you doing Taco Tuesday?
No, not this time. I'm moving.
Yeah,
yeah.
Disney to be the next one. Yeah. So
Thursday.
Thursday.
So Disney Friends on Thursday. We'll be back at it again over on the Adventures of Gonzo channel. So make sure you subscribe to his channel too. Make sure that you're in the loop with all the fantastic people we have here. Chris, man, I hope you have a good night. Stay for a little bit so we can talk just a little bit after the show. Yep. And everyone have a great night. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for all the questions. This is what I love. I love the interaction. It's great. And we'll, like always, we'll see you real soon. Take care, guys.